I thought you was going to do it.
No, you do it.
Okay, I'll do the intro.
Because you complained about the energy last time.
No, I won't complain. You can have a go.
No, I don't want to have a go.
No, your energy, I like your energy.
No, you don't. Go
No,
on.
I don't. It's
you go first. Let's see what your energy is.
Hello, welcome to Shame is Delicious.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Shame is delicious.
Hello and welcome to Shame is Delicious with your host, Darren Harriott, and my sidekick, Eshaan Akbar.
Wow.
Sidekick.
Why? Sidekick. I quite like Sidekick.
Why?
Because it feels like Sidekick, they're always the more loved characters.
Oh yeah, everybody loves Robin over Batman.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, of course they do.
Actually, it's just Robin just doesn't get the commissions.
Say that again?
Robin doesn't get commissions. He didn't get commissioned for his own show, but on Batman Robin, he's the real star.
Yeah, because Robin is so popular, he doesn't get a commission for his own show. That makes sense.
He's popular, but they won't give it to him because they've invested too much in Batman.
Oh, okay. I like how you think this was sort of like power struggle at DC, where they're like, we can't just have another Robin show because...
I know nothing about DC and Marvel. It's not my thing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing that you don't know anything about.
Sorry. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you heard me.
You think it's more embarrassing that you, at your big age,
Yeah.
34 in a month, at your big age, know about DC and Marvel, and the fact that I don't, that's embarrassing.
Where's your sense of fun? Yeah, DC, everything in here, everything that you can see, the light sort of decoration, it's all sort of Marvel,
It's
anime.
all you.
Yeah, it's all me, because I'm a fun guy. I have a great sense of fun. Where's your sense of fun for anything outside of...
Darren's the kind of person who, do you remember when they used to have those submissions and papers for dating? What are they called?
What?
You know when you had to write into the paper?
Like a census...
Personal ads. He would always be the one who was like, GSOH, good sense of humour. That's me. I like comics and long walks. But what was your Tinder bio? What was your Tinder bio?
I like comics and long walks by the park.
Yeah. But what was your Tinder bio?
Oh, whenever I was on a dating app, I would never put a long... Because who reads that? Especially on Tinder, it was just swiping. What was yours?
Well...
Hi, I'm Eshaan. Oh, you're going to love me.
Who's putting... Oh. How did you even write... Oh.
Just put a couple of O's, and then you put, you're going to love me, and then you put a wink.
So, actually, on dating apps, I was very good at them. I didn't get very many matches. I got no matches, in fact. Right? But on Muslim Tinder...
What's that, Minder?
I
like that.
I was the bad boy of Minder.
Oh, because you're not like a
practicing.
Yeah.
So on it, I could put down like
I love pork, beer,
yeah, basically like Jews,
and George Bush.
Yeah, I love all of them. I love them all, right? So I put down like zero faith, zero anything, zero, and I'd get messages from women being like, "Oh, I'm getting married in 2 weeks. Can we meet in a house and have sex?"
What?
And there'll be like women being like, "Oh my God, you're so disgusting. You eat bacon. Let me sit on your face."
What?
Happened a lot.
Just because you're not a practicing Muslim and their husband is obviously practicing, and you're just...
And apparently me eating bacon makes me more willing to, have someone's face... have someone sat on my face. Surely if I was pescatarian, there'd be more...
You proud of that? Yeah. You shouldn't be.
No, but yeah, I was a bad boy of Minder.
I like that.
So all I had to do was...
Bad boy of Minder.
All I had to do was put down, like, how much of a lapsed Muslim I am. And the women were into it.
But what were all the other women like on there? Were they all just like... Were their profiles a bit boring?
A little bit. Like, there were like... Quite a few of them were... It's going to sound like I'm making them up, but they were pixelated. So you wouldn't be allowed to see their faces until they gave you permission.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there'd be some which were pixelated and some which weren't.
I like how even the ones that were like really pixelated, you see, when she says yes, you can see my face. It was still a burqa.
Yeah. You're like, this was great. Thanks for the pixelation.
So on Minder, so you just look. Wouldn't it look like you were in some sort of like a crime scene or something, just looking at like pixelated faces?
Yeah. Or like a Japanese porno.
And then you would message them and go, "Is there any chance, milady? Could I see your face?"
They'd message me being like, "Oh, I've seen your profile. And you are obviously like one of the most horrible people on the earth. So you have no morals. I'd feel less guilty if I was to have sex with you before I get married."
Hey, you're going to hell, and I want to dance with the devil.
Yeah.
So is there any chance I could bang you, Eshaan?
Yeah.
And how many times did you say yes?
3.
Okay, and we got to know how were they?
Boring. It wasn't good. Like, obviously it wasn't good because they had loads of guilt about the whole thing. Like, I can't believe I'm getting married. And I'm like, you got me into the Premier Inn. Like,
Premier Inn. Oh my God, you have to go downstairs for the iron. Oh. That's my thing with hotels. I walk in it, I go, if there's not an iron in my room, I've failed.
Mine's a hairdryer.
There's always a hairdryer.
Not always.
That's very offensive to me as well when I'm walking to see a hairdryer. I'm like, ugh, know your clientele.
I always make sure to like start the hairdryer away from my face. Just in case.
Oh, just in case it's been on someone's balls?
Yeah, or like...
I didn't quite think of that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I always like let it air out.
That's like me with toilet roll. Like, you know when you go into like a public bathroom and there's toilet roll and you can see someone's pulled it?
Yeah.
I always take a little bit off and put that in the toilet and then I get my roll. Because I don't trust someone's shit.
Do you
hands.
poo in public?
I don't poo in public. I'm not David Blaine.
Do you poo in public toilets?
Oh, all the time, yeah.
Really?
That's
disgusting.
Dude, I've pooed here.
I never ever poo in public toilets.
You don't poo in public toilets?
Never ever.
Why? Who do you think you are?
It's disgusting.
You Prince Charles?
No, I need to wash my ass.
Oh, the washing the arse stuff, the bottle stuff.
Yeah.
This is what separates us. Because
clean arseholes and unclean arseholes.
I think my arsehole is relatively clean. However,
relatively, mine is definitely clean. That's
no, but I'm not carrying a bottle. I remember there was a Muslim guy I used to work with, and he would carry a bottle of water.
Yeah,
and it would be in his bag.
Did you ever get confused?
I don't. Well, this is a very good question. And he would, and that was, that's why I clean my.
Sorry, what accent was that?
I'm trying to do Birmingham.
Do it. No, you weren't. Your accent is Birmingham. What accent were you trying to do?
I was trying to do his accent.
What was it?
Oh, it was like, oh, hello, I'm just going to go in. That was more what he sounded like. That was him. He was like, cut me. Darren, I'm just going to go, bloody,
Darren.
pour this down my arse.
Oh, mate, I'm a fucking proper Muslim geezer, mate.
Bloody hell, mate. I'll tell you one thing, mate. I love fasting, me. I'll fast all bloody day.
My arse is all right, state. You're going to fucking watch it.
Bloody hell, mate. Legs up, cup of water.
What accent were you trying to do?
No, I was trying to do like the guy's accent, but it just didn't quite work out. He's from Birmingham.
But
He's
really from
Pakistan.
Okay. What does a Birmingham Pakistani person sound like?
Oh, I don't know. I imagine they sound like just, like a black person or a white person or a mixed person or an East Asian person.
Or an Arab. A lot of TV.
Or an Arab person. I mean, I don't judge people based on their skin color or the sound of their voice.
Yeah, you do. We all do.
No.
We all judge people on skin. Anybody who says to you, don't make any preconceived judgments about a person based on their ethnicity or their race is lying.
Not me.
100%. We all do it. Whether it's positive or negative, you're all doing it.
Not me.
Yeah, you are.
No, I don't. I've never judged you unfairly.
You think I'm good at maths? I'm shit at maths.
No, I think you're good at accounts.
Yeah, I'm shit at that too.
But I'll tell you one thing, you can drive me around pretty good. Uber.
No, I know what you meant. I was like, just to clarify, I'll make a joke about Uber.
I always love that with a joke where you're not too sure about it. You just have to do you put a little tough on.
Do you know what I hate? I hate it when people of a certain ethnicity.
Oh boy.
Justify the stereotypes about that, whoever it is. So like, if I see like an Asian guy driving a BMW like an absolute twat,
yeah,
I'm like, you're ruining it for all of us because everyone thinks you're a wanker.
But I thought BMW drivers were the sort of Jeremy Clarkson white guy. They were the twats.
Oh no, but Asian rude boys.
I thought Asian rude boys were the Volkswagen Golfs.
No. Well, not anymore. They've got money now.
They had money then. Volkswagen Golfs weren't cheap.
Yeah, but they're not BMW money.
No, it's true. BMW money is...
Basically, the most racist I am is towards Asian drivers. The number of times I'll drop a P-bomb when I'm driving is ridiculous. I can do it. And honestly, I fucking hate them. Okay. I'll really go proper BNB.
That's so funny to me. I'm just imagining you've just got it written on like a card that you can just show.
Yeah.
Like you
don't want to think about you.
I don't have to hear it, but you can read that, can't you? Fuck.
But if there's a particular stereotype attributed to a particular race and they do that thing,
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, but I feel like
Why?
obviously the whole black people chicken thing, but sometimes, dude, I remember I brought fried chicken into a cinema. And we stank up the entire cinema.
Of course you did.
Me and my friend, we had fried chicken in the cinema, and we were both laughing. Saying,
and do you know what everybody else was doing? They're like, "See, I told you."
I know. There is certain things like watermelons I won't eat in public. I won't do it. It's That's it. I keep going back to those slavery pictures. Can't do it, dude.
There's Darren.
I'll eat a watermelon at home in a dark room.
Watermelon dripping from his chin.
I'm not doing it. But that's what I mean. You know what made it worse? I was told that, and it really stuck with me. I was told that the reason why the black slaves ate so much watermelons was because it had water in, and that was just like a water source. And it really stuck with me ever since then.
Oh my!
And I was like, that's
God.
why I love watermelon, because I love the water bit, but I can't do it, dude. If I'm in public and there's watermelon, I'll eat it with a knife and fork. I'll have knife and fork or watermelon, like just to get away from.
When Boris Johnson said the watermelon smells, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake,
my
I definitely
God, this
can't
guy,
know.
how does he know?
This guy, how does he know?
How does he know? Jeez.
Oh, because the thing is, you have the Muslim women letterboxes thing.
Yeah.
My uncles used to say that about people who wore the niqab all the time.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
That's so everybody does that, though, isn't it? Every race has their thing that other people say. You go, oh, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
But then you go home and they all say it.
Yeah, it's like the letterboxes thing was, when I heard Boris Johnson first said it, my initial reaction...
When did he first say that?
He said it in a Spectator column.
Yes,
a few years ago.
Yeah.
And when I first heard it, my first reaction was to be like, oh, fucking... It was like, well,
yeah.
Uncle Assad says that all the time.
You probably heard that and you went, wow, Boris Johnson's got Asian friends.
Yeah. I was like, he doesn't know.
They must have told him.
Who told him?
How did he know about that? Yeah, that's
Sorry,
really funny.
for the rest of my life, I'm just going to have an image of you eating watermelon.
Dude, I can't.
And it's going to be so racist, I know it.
It's the best fruit there's ever been.
Mango.
It's so good.
Mango is the best.
Mango is good, but the problem with mango is,
Yeah.
How do you like your mangoes? So, as in,
Yeah.
What are you looking at me like that for? How do you like your mangoes get that kind of a look?
I don't know what you mean by the question.
Well, do you like them soft or hard? All right, that's... All right, fair enough. All right. Because I like a hard mango.
You like a hard mango? Oh, no. I like a yellow...
Well, I like them yellow. I don't like them pink.
Orange. No, but the people like green mango, don't they?
Yeah.
I like them soft.
No, see, I like a nice hard mango.
There's a type of mango called jossa. Jossa basically means to suck. There's a mango you've got to suck because the skin is quite tough.
Oh,
so you can suck all the mango out from inside. It's amazing. Walk around with a mango in your hand. Mangoes are so important in Asian cultures, right? That there'll be uncles who always tell the same story, and it's always about a particular mango they had.
Give me the story.
So what will happen is that you'll be at a house party, like with your aunts and uncles, whatever, and everyone sat down. There's a lull in conversation, and then the uncle will go, in 1976, I went to Delhi, and it was a very hot summer, and there was this stall by the bridge, and I went to the bridge man, and I said to him, it looks like you've got very good mango, and he promised me it was the best mango, best mango I ever eat. Let me tell you, to this day, I dream about this mango. And I've heard the same story about 10 times.
That's funny.
You don't understand mango.
Have you had the best mango ever?
I've had like really good mangoes.
Was that like in like Brixton or somewhere?
No.
Oh, like Brixton Market, they have a good.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't go.
Are you gonna hold on a second? Are you gonna take the mick out of English fruit and veg? It sounds like you were gonna go on a.
No, I don't go to Brixton Market.
What market do you go?
I used to go to the East London markets, like Watney Market.
So where do you get your mangoes now?
Why are you asking me?
Because you're talking about all these good mangoes.
Okay, you can get those Pakistani honey mangoes on like Green Street.
Oh, I know those ones.
They're in the boxes.
Is that and they're quite small looking?
They can be quite small. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I buy boxes of those.
Stratford Road.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I like how we've just gone through 20 different topics very quickly.
No, we haven't.
We did. We've literally just gone. I mean, at one point we were talking about taking toilet roll. I want to ask you. So you had an argument on Twitter with somebody about something,
What a
right?
segue!
We don't need a segue on this. We could just. How are we going to lean it? Okay, sorry. You know what? That mango was so good. I saw it on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, because you're obviously it's been said on this before that I hate Eshaan's Twitter account.
I don't even really understand why.
I think it's the worst thing.
Explain why. Explain the reason why.
Because
this is bad.
1 minute you're like licking Scouser's ass. Next minute you're like kicking Scouser's ass. 1 minute you're like edgelording. Next minute you are liberal. 1 minute you're trying to fuck Priti Patel.
When?
Next minute, I mean, you did go off on. You was kind of obsessed with Priti Patel.
Not in a sexual way.
She's pretty.
No.
Hey.
No. No. If you're Asian, you don't find Priti Patel attractive at all.
Why? Is it because she comes over not Asian?
She looks like all of our aunties. It's fucking weird.
That's probably, yeah, I get that.
And basically, our aunties are really fit.
Are your aunties like heart wearing security vests?
There was one auntie.
Do they wear police jackets?
No,
around
there
the
was
house?
this one auntie when I was in my early teens. Oh, I was so into her.
You know, Priti. Well, don't worry, we'll come back to the incest.
You know, a category on porn.
Yeah.
You know, Priti. Does she do anything that's like Asian? As in, like, does she make it shot? Because I don't really follow any of that. And I'm always, you know, when they have like a black guy, the black guy's like, oh, I'm at carnival or I'm at bloody whatever.
Right, yeah,
does Priti do anything like that? Because I don't really see her do anything that's
Not really. Rishi's quite Hindu. So he goes to temple like every week or something.
Yeah, he's got like a proper Hindu family, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so Rishi
They
goes...
walk around trees and stuff.
Yeah.
I know what Hindus do.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on Hindus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your Twitter account.
Yeah.
You, because I heard there was an argument between you and some comedians.
Okay, so on my Twitter account, do you know the comedian Rosie Holt?
Yes, of course I know Rosie Holt. She's the Twitter sensation.
Twitter sensation Rosie Holt, one of my good friends. She's absolutely amazing. I love her to bits. Check her stuff out if you haven't already.
Well, yeah, okay, cool.
But she explained to me why people get annoyed with me, and she said it's because you're infuriatingly untribal.
Well, I'm untribal as well. But then I don't use Twitter.
Yeah, you don't really use Twitter. Yeah. The thing is, what happened is, in the last fortnight or so, Comedy Unleashed is this comedy night that's at the Backyard Comedy Club, and it sells itself as like a free speech comedy night. Now, personally, I think it's complete bollocks because you can say whatever the hell you want in comedy clubs. It just is. And if you feel like you can't say something, then that makes me question what is it that you want to say? Yeah. Because the kind of comedy I do isn't exactly like, oh, you ever noticed how knives and forks fucking talk to each other?
I'll tell you one thing, guys. I had the best mango the other day.
In 1976. So first of all, I don't agree with that as a concept. I think it's a load of nonsense.
Yeah, just going back with that as well. I don't mind the night, Comedy Unleashed. I'm not really bothered by it. Just do your thing. It's a comedy night. Have fun with it. Yeah. But there is something to be said about doing material that you would only do there that you would never do in the club night, where I think the honesty is taken away from it. And if you can't do the material, because I'm a big fan of doing the material in front of the people.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to do it there, and you're only willing to do it at a night where you're allowed to say all this sort of stuff.
A good example of this. Do you know David Alfie Ward?
Yeah, of course.
So David Alfie Ward is from the Gypsy Traveller community, and I've got a Gypsy Traveller joke which I did in front of him because I wanted to prove to be able to say to myself, I can do this joke in front of this person and it's fine. And he loved it so much he wanted to buy the joke from me.
What?
That's how good the joke is.
That's rare. Wow.
No, people want to buy my stuff. But yes, that's the point, which is that you should be able. Any comedian worth their salt should be able to do their jokes in front of pretty much any audience.
But to play devil's advocate, Comedy Unleashed is popular, right?
And
it is putting unknown comedians.
It's popular,
bigging them up and whatnot, right?
But it's popular for the same reason that a lot of these Twitter things are popular, because they make you believe that you are part of something that doesn't exist anywhere else. And frankly, it's just bollocks. Yeah, sure, there are other comedy nights, like Konstantin Kisin talked about, which I haven't done, Quantum Leopard.
It was quite funny because that night, I remember I was talking to a comedian, I think it was Jamali, and he said he did it, the Comedy Unleashed show, and he was like, I was like, I know you, and he was like, oh, I know you.
Yeah.
And Jamali was like, oh yeah, I know him. When I did my show, the racist show, he's a Nazi.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just in the audience. It was like, oh yeah, I know you.
Yeah,
I know you. Yeah, sexy, this guy. Anyway, I'll do my joke.
But I've been to a Comedy Unleashed night, and there's people going on doing observational stuff about microwaves.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a huge...
But they have to bill it as...
Yeah.
Get it all out and
Yeah.
whatever. But again, I've got no problem with it. I've got no problem with any specialized comedy nights. I just feel like a true test is going and doing it at the
Well,
Glee.
you've got some very good names for some of the special comedy nights I do with the Muslim community, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
The tour is called Muslims Are Coming, but this brother here has renamed them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
God. They are really funny.
Ramadan funny.
Ramadan funny, that is good.
Ramadan funny is
But
funny.
my favourite one is...
You had me laughing.
You had me laughing.
I just like how Altaf names it all of his comedy nights. Like you should be scared. Instead of like the Muslim comedy tour, it's like the Muslims are coming. The Muslims are coming. Oh, have you moved yet?
Yeah.
Because they're coming.
Altaf is a comedy promoter based out of Birmingham.
He's a great guy.
Amazing.
He actually delivered these chairs for us.
Did he?
Remember, it was at my nan's house and he went and got them.
Yeah.
I wasn't even there.
I love this guy, right? He single-handedly built kind of the Asian comedy circuit.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
And he works so hard. And every time we do a gig with him, he says the same thing. Bro, I'm not making money on this, you know. I'm not making money. It's like, you've sold out the theatre. Yeah, bro, but I don't make money. Can I feed you guys? Can I do this? I'm like, so why are you doing this? Can I do it for the love? I'm like, you're driving a BMW. What are you talking about? No, bro, I don't make any money.
It's so funny that he always says that. I don't make any money on this gig. And you'll be like 2,000 people like, bro, I don't make any money on this gig, you know.
I'm making a loss. But you know, I do 7 gigs in one night. But it's just, I'm doing it at a loss. The brand, he's been building the brand in Birmingham for the last 15 years. It's been there. I love him. I love you, Altaf.
He's great.
Man.
No, yeah, he's a good egg. So, all right. So, Comedy Unleashed.
Announce a tour.
Oh, okay. They're doing a tour.
Yeah, doing a tour, like different comics, and they're going around the country and different people are doing.
That's good. It's a good brand. These comics, I'm sure, are comics who probably aren't even doing their own tours yet.
Yeah.
They could make money.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. If you've got an audience, go and do it.
Why not? Guys.
So another comedian came out quite scathing, saying, if you do this tour, you're a scumbag. If you do GB News, you're a scumbag. If you do that. And Darius Davis, who was on the tour, said, and I thought he was quite fair about it. He was like, listen, what do you want me to do? Right? Clubs aren't booking me because they believe this thing. This tour's coming. It's a money spinner for me. I've got kids to feed. I'm doing the tour.
Yeah.
Right?
It's got kids.
Yeah, he's got one kid, I think. And this was the bit that really annoyed me. And this is the horseshoe theory that you see in philosophy sometimes. He, on Twitter, said to Darius, well, on the kid thing, if you can't afford to have a child, don't have one.
I mean...
Isn't he just turning a right-wing narrative back?
Yeah.
I don't, because they were making a defense for why Darius, no one should be doing this tour. They said you shouldn't be doing a tour if you have to pander to right-wing ideology. Now, if you consider yourself a true liberal or part of the left, really, you should don't have an issue with someone doing a comedy tour. Just like that, to me, is what true liberalism is. At the same time, you can't then go around saying, oh, there's a free speech comedy tour, because you're not saying anything that you can't say anywhere else. And if there are things that you want to say, what is it you want to say?
Yeah. Why are comics just attacking other comics for just taking work?
I don't know.
Get it.
This is the thing.
When did this fucking start, man?
I don't know. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's
like,
weird.
I think I've mentioned before, so I did some tour support for Lee Hurst.
Lee Hurst, yeah. 3
or 4 years ago. Now, Lee Hurst, for those that don't know, quite big in the 90s, he did a game show called Play to the Whistle or something like that.
No.
They think it's all over.
I think it's all over.
So he did that. And then over the years, he's become a bit of a right-wing mouthpiece. Certainly someone I don't agree with on anything. But he had a tour and he wanted me to do his tour support. And he took me to places like in Kent and Essex where audiences would stop clapping as I approached the stage. Now, a lot of comics got angry with me saying, why are you putting money in his pocket? And I'm like, well,
put money in your pocket.
Put money in my pocket, A. B, a gig's a gig. C, if I can make these people laugh, it makes me a better comic.
Also, let me say this. Just interrupt you there. Me and you, as acts, we've been to the whitest parts of this country to do fucking comedy in.
Yeah.
We've walked on stage and we immediately go, oh, they fucking hate me.
Yeah.
So why don't I do it for this guy who's probably going to pay me decent?
Yeah.
And I know that at least I've got him who can, introduce me and I've got his backing, as opposed to some ass fuck promoter where you just turn up and everybody in the room fucking looks at you and goes, oh, what are you doing here? What's going on with this? Like, I'd rather do that gig than 90% of some of these gigs that I did when I was starting out.
Yeah, 100%.
When these white guys are just getting too weird after the gig, like trying to grab you and fucking let's get a photo with this guy. We don't get many like you here. Yeah.
But the crucial thing is, the thing that annoys me the most is both sides have this big issue, which is that they think they are altering social discourse.
Yeah.
That they're all me turning up to do a gig in fucking Faversham in Kent for Lee Hurst is suddenly not going to make the right-wing mob of the UK go, oh, yeah, we're in a right-wing country.
No, it's not. It's not going to do that, and it's not going to make them laugh. I
made those people.
I deserve something.
Laugh.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you do a dance at the end?
No, I didn't.
Did you have to drive them home?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
No.
Have you ever done gigs that you're just completely ashamed of?
Brighton.
I've done.
Islington.
I did Daily Mail. I've done a gig for Daily Mail before.
Daily Mail made me one of their picks of the Fringe. Thank you very much. Took that.
I think I've had something like that.
So did the North London Jewish Chronicle. Come on.
North London Jewish Chronicle.
Yeah.
Did you do a gig for them?
No, they came to my show and they loved it.
Yeah.
And yeah, no issue. No, honestly, the gigs I regret, I promise you, are the most liberal gigs. The gigs that present themselves as being gatekeepers of the left.
I would say student gigs.
Or student gigs.
Student gigs now.
They're the ones I come out with a bad taste in my
Mate,
mouth.
I remember when I first started, I would do student gigs. I would turn up there thinking I was like the fucking prom king. I'd be like, hey, guys, because I was like 20, 19. I'm one of you.
Yeah.
And back then, 15 years ago or whatever, there was none of this. You could just say whatever you want. And I did a student gig maybe about 3 years ago. And I can't remember what I was talking about, but it just got, it was weird in the room. And I was like, never again.
I did a gig in Liverpool last year. There was this...
Fucking Eshaan.
There was a... That was better than your Birmingham Pakistani dude.
It was just a Birmingham man.
I did a series of gigs for...
His race wasn't in there.
For the whole summer called Adventure Cinema. They were horrible gigs.
In a cinema?
No, it was called Adventure Cinema. It was like outdoor cinema.
Oh, yeah.
And I went on and did for half an hour before the film, and they weren't fun gigs.
What was the film? I would hate to see
There
you
were
before
different films.
Pulp Fiction.
There was Grease. There was
oh my God, as you talking about for being a Muslim and all this, and then I got chills. Oh,
awful.
Boo! Get rid of this guy.
But it was $2,000 a weekend. I did 19 of them, so I did all right.
You got $2,000 per weekend.
Yeah.
Wow. For 19.
Yeah.
Wow. Good
Not
for
bad.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Not bad money.
I took the money, right? But there was this one gig I did in Liverpool, and it actually went really well because it's Liverpool, my home away from home. Love you, Liverpool. Ugh, the city, not the football club. Right. So I did the gig.
Both sides.
And after the gig, 2 women came up to me waiting for me, and I thought,
"Excuse me, soft lad."
No. What the fuck was that? Do you say soft lad?
Soft lad, yeah.
Why soft?
That's what they say. Everyone's soft. You know this. Girls just call people soft lad.
No, they don't.
Yes, they fucking
I've
do.
not heard that once.
Okay, they definitely do.
No,
soft
no.
lad.
You've been watching some sort of fucking...
Yeah. I think I was watching Brookside.
yeah.
I was watching all episodes. Is there a guy there called Jimmy Corkill?
Yeah. So there was these 2 women waiting for me, and I thought,
I'm gonna shag.
man shagging, or something's happening. Right?
Man's gonna get some. Yeah.
They're both of an ethnic variety, right?
You said like an ITV newsroom of an ethnic variety.
Oh, I thought you were going because they were of an ethnic variety.
No, you literally said that like you were doing some sort of like Queen's dinner.
So I went up to them and...
What ethnic variety?
Well, I found out one was a Tunisian woman and the other was a Moroccan woman.
Nice.
Right?
Bit of fun.
They spent 20 minutes telling me that my material had set the cause of fighting racism back 10 years.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Right? Telling me that I was a bit of a sellout.
Oof, I've had that.
Telling me that the jokes that I said on stage are making the cause for ethnic minorities in the country that much harder. And I idiotically stood there for 20 minutes. One of them was almost crying because one of them works in anti-racism. The other one's a human rights barrister.
Why are they at a comedy gig?
Right? And they came to the cinema show and I fucking turned
that's
up.
a good point. Yeah, they came to watch Dirty Dancing.
Yeah,
and you were
I turned
there.
up. Dirty Dancing was one of the films. And so they're telling me this for 20 minutes. And I was just like so flummoxed.
Why would you listen to it?
That they are telling me that my jokes is making the world a more difficult place for people from an ethnic minority. It was just so much mental gymnastics that I had to do. I didn't say anything for 20 minutes. At the end, the Tunisian woman says,
"Can I take your number?
Do you have, you're not saying anything. Do you have something to say?" And I know this was rude on my part. And I went, "Are you done?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "I don't care. I don't know what you want me to do."
That's a perfect response.
Yeah. I didn't understand. He's like, oh, maybe you should think about your material. I said, no. I'll think about my material when audiences aren't laughing. Until that point, I've got nothing to think about. The audience enjoy. There are people queuing. Some people will wait to take pictures with me.
It's so funny that in the background is I've had the time of my life. And you're like, can you just please leave me alone?
Right? But that was an example of why I don't like certain types of gigs, because you get people from the liberal left who take it upon themselves to be able to say, I know what comedy is, and I'm going to tell you. I had people had to go at me for making jokes about my mum's funeral.
Well, you shouldn't do that. It's sad. I actually agree with them. I agree with Alice. I agree with them.
It was funny.
About how long's the Ukraine war been going on for?
February.
Since February. So February, I was talking about Ukraine on stage, and it couldn't have been more pro-Ukraine. It's especially when it was like fresh happening. Everybody was like, "What's going on?"
Hack.
Two people in
So hack.
It's not hack. It was like 3 days into Ukraine, and I was like, "It's horrible." And then I was doing some jokes about how much I love Zelensky and all that sort of stuff. And these two people in the crowd, no, and I was like, because it's a venue I play a lot in London, and I was like, "Oh, this is great! Finally, I can just really wake up a little bit."
99.
Of course,
yeah.
I was excited because you know when you're excited to do a new bit, but then you get heckled and you go, oh, I can now work out what the issue is with the bit, potentially.
Yeah.
There's no issue. The issue that they had was me mentioning Ukraine in general.
All.
Their whole thing was, there's a war going on and there's people dying and they have no room to be mentioned at a comedy gig. And we had,
Were they Ukrainian?
No! They were from like Essex.
Fuck.
They were like from Basildon. And it was so good.
Which we do call the Ukraine of Essex.
Yeah. But, I mean, it wasn't known as Bas Vegas, but now it's the Ukraine of Essex. And I took and the good thing was it happened 3 minutes in. So I then spent the next 18 minutes just dealing with them and the crowd. And the crowd fucking hated them. They were booed so much.
Really?
It was great because I just literally broke down what comedy is and why they're in the wrong. And it was so weird because they couldn't hear it. But the daughter who was yelling was so hot. It was very off-putting. But she was yelling. Her dad was yelling. But she was yelling like she wanted to fight me, which was just...
Really? Who would have won?
Which was really... I don't know. I probably would have let her hit me.
Sexually? Yeah.
We've got off topic again.
Yeah, sorry.
Quickly, what happened with...
So I just put this tweet out and then... Just saying exactly what I said to you, that if you're truly a liberal, you shouldn't have a problem with a free speech comedy night. But stop calling it a free speech comedy night because that doesn't mean anything.
Bro, Jim Davidson, right? Jim Davidson has been banned from doing a gig in, I think it was Devon. He did a video where he just talked about why he doesn't support Black Lives Matter. And I get the venue not wanting, but the venue did say that he has values and stuff that we don't agree with at this point. Obviously, it's their venue, they can do what they want. But my thing is, he should be able to do stand-up comedy. Like, I don't have to agree with him.
Yeah.
I'm sure his views on gays, women, blacks, LGBT is not going to be the same as mine.
I don't want to run for office.
But he should be able to do pretty stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Holy crap, man. If I was at a gig and Jim Davidson was in another room and I was finished, I'm going into that room to watch Jim Davidson.
Yeah.
There is no way in hell.
Can you imagine a woke Jim Davidson gig?
A woke Jim
Davidson.
Do you think that publicising where you can't play gigs tells more?
Yeah, 100%.
That you can play gigs.
Yeah, probably.
Of course.
Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, because even if it's just one, it's like your boy who I remember it because he was tried to do that university gig and they had all these rules.
Constantine Kissing.
Yeah, and he really.
I'm so annoyed about that, right? Because I did the same thing. What? I refused to do the gig,
but you just didn't bother to like.
I didn't just put it online.
Yeah,
but then he put it online and then became famous. And I'm like,
but
fuck.
he really like leaned into it and that, and really rode. But I don't know what my thing with comedy is, and it's weird that we're just discussing comedy. But
you have no jokes.
It really does. My thing, I've got lots of jokes. I haven't written one in about 6 months. What even is comedy at this point?
It's because you've been doing like, oh, Ukraine, bad war. That's what you've been doing for the last 6 months.
Oh, Ukraine, mad war, innit? Give me laughter, guys. I just think it's weird that comedians are attacking other comedians. Remember when we were growing up in comedy? How there was this term called hacks.
Yeah.
Remember a hack?
Yeah.
No one's a hack anymore. Everyone is either just like...
Eshaan Akbar.
Everyone's either... everyone's either like a left liberal comedian or a right wing Nazi comedian.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no nobody just goes, oh, they're a shit comedian, they're a hack. Everybody just goes, oh no, what they say is derogatory to. It's like, come on, guys, man.
But also the hack thing, I don't buy. Like,
There's hacks. There's plenty of hacks.
who cares?
Yeah, who
If-
gives a shit?
If the audience are laughing, fucking by all means, you get yours, my friend.
That sounds. I'm imagining you going on stage now and going, "Hey, man, well, there's and then there's black people." That's a hack. Hack is a gag thief. I imagine you steal all the material you could never. Never really.
100%.
Yeah, but as a white girl living in,
I have done an N-word joke on stage, you know.
have you? Have
Yep.
you actually said it?
Yeah,
Good for you.
and it went really well. It went really, really well.
And then your ass clenched.
No, it went really well. In fact, I'll tell you the joke.
Go ahead, Joe.
The joke is about how I live in quite a BNP EDL area.
Yeah.
And I was walking down the road
Smart
and the guy, trigger warning, there'll be racist slurs used here. And a guy from across the road went and just I can see their pen just jotting stuff down. A guy from across the road, oh, you fucking fat right? And I went, come on, mate, that's quite lazy. You can think of some better racist terms.
You didn't say that in the moment. You were, oh my God, leave me alone, sir.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, no, not going to be like this, bastard. he said, oh, you fucking fat. And I said, come on, mate, got to be more creative than that. It's quite lazy. I've been called better things before. And he said, like what? And I said, sand. And then he said, you're not allowed to use that word, mate. That's a cracker of a gag.
That's not a terrible joke, to be fair. Is that, did he really? That's not a bad
He
joke.
hates himself for laughing.
Shame is delicious.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Shame is Delicious. Please go to wherever you get your podcasts and where possible, give us a 5-star review because not all podcast platforms have a review option available, do they?
No, which I think is wise.
Which is wise. But
Yeah.
where you can, I think Apple Podcast, you certainly can, give us a 5-star review. It makes it so much easier for us. Make sure you follow us on all the socials where Shame is Delicious everywhere except Twitter because some prick has got that handle. So on Twitter, we're Shame Delicious. Follow us there. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and any other living people in your family.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the way you looked at me.
I said grandma's dead, of course.
Who's grandma?
No, he said grandma, then he said any other living.
Oh, yeah.
Grandma could be dead.
Grandma could be dead.
She's the most likely to be dead out of,
Yes.
out of the actual family. You mentioned all the family, said grandma, then said any other living ones.
Yeah,
when
yeah. Just
Really,
speak-
she's
speak to them.
probably. What about granddad?
Yeah, I don't have any of my grandparents
Yeah, 'cause they're
or a
dead.
mum. So what you need to do also is send us your shameful stories. Anything, whether it's something shameful you've done, something shameful other people have done, or something shameful that they've done that they don't know they've done, but you think they should be ashamed. Send it to us on social media, even to our own social media. I'm at Eshaan Akbar. He is at
This is really awkward.
Dane
That's not funny.
Darren
That's
Harriott.
terrible. I can't even call you Ramesh because he's successful.
Okay. Wow. Flipping heck.
At Darren Harriott.
Rob Blackett.
It's not funny. You keep saying Rob Blackett.
Because it is.
It's not funny. It's racist.
Shame is delicious. Shame is delicious. Making bad decisions. Shame is delicious. Making bad decisions. Shame is delicious. Making bad decisions. Shame is delicious. Making bad decisions.